Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining Create with D. I'm Dee Slater, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to my class here today. I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a double gatefold card, and I'm going to kind of give you 3 tips on how to do it. I was unable to make my Facebook Live last week due to some scheduling things, so if you watch me live on Facebook or on YouTube, I'm kind of popping in here unannounced, but I hope you enjoyed the replay if you're not able to catch me live. Okay, let me turn the screen around and we'll focus on today's project. Alrighty, today what I want to share with you is how to make a double gatefold card. So when you open it up, it looks like this, and the prettiness of this fold, I think, is that it's just designed to be displayed. When you prop it up, it does it's just that it stays open and it's really super pretty. So I'm going to be giving you 3 different looks on how to do this one fold. Okay, what we're going to need is some 12 by 5.5, either cardstock or designer paper. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the basic layout here with the white, the basic white. This would be from the 12 by 12 basic white paper that you can get. And we're going to do some scoring. In fact, I'm going to use my scoring tool here. I'll just kind of go a little faster. You could do it on your trimmer as well. Super easy measurements here. We're going to score at 2, 4, 8, and 10. And while I have this out, I'm also going to score my designer paper that we'll use a little later. 2, 4, 8, and 10. Now I will be using my trimmer on one of those, so definitely you can get that out as well. All right, so get my bone folder. To do the layout, pretty straightforward. So we have this scored. This is the center panel here. So we want to take the score line that's closest, fold it in, and then take the other score and fold it back. Kind of open that up, and we're going to do the other side. The fold closest to the center, fold in, and then fold back. And that is the basic layout. So if you need a reminder, that's all you need to do. And you can stop watching, but I would really like it if you continue on. All right, so for this one, I wanted to show how you can use the 12 by 12 cardstock. And again, in this case, this is the design or the basic white, and you can get that in a pack all by itself. And this time of the year, oh my goodness, the designer paper is selling out so fast. The time of that we're doing this, it's the last chance list. And so day by day, I don't know what designer paper to use. So whatever you have in your stash, you can so do this project. I'm using the now retired Rain or Shine designer series paper. And what we do is we need, whoops, get that little one out there. We're going to need 4 sections of 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and another section at 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. As a little tip, what I did is I did cut this designer paper. It's a 12 by 12 designer paper, and I cut it at the 5 1/4, and then cut all of my my pieces. And when you do that on that one strip, you just have this one little strip left right here. Good morning, Doreen. Good morning to that. Thanks for saying hi. All right, let's go ahead and we'll put this together. Do some gluing, I should say. So this is a way that you can really embrace not only the 12 by 12 cardstock, but also your 12 by 12 designer paper. Put that in there and get our panels put in. I'm in a couple of swap groups getting ready for some samples to have on hand for my local stampers, and as well as just some inspiration. And I'm kind of thinking I want to do one of these for a swap. A swap is basically you make one of the same card and then you swap it out for somebody else's card that they've made in bulk. And so as a demonstrator, we do swaps all the time, and it's fun to do that. Every time we get together at an event or something, it's always fun to exchange creations. All right, so then that's our very pretty basis for it. And let me go ahead and I'll bring out the sample here. We'll go ahead and we'll use this. Now the, well, the paper that matches this bundle is no longer available. Whoops, where did it go? Here we are. The Plain in the Rain bundle is still available. So just as a reminder, again, this time of the year, the bundle prices will go away May 1st. So you can get the bundle of the stamp set and die and save 10%. This is going to be what we call a carryover. It still will be available after May 1st. It's just that the bundled savings aren't going to be there. I did want to show that while I'm using images that are from the paper that's no longer available, you can so stamp and color these images that I'm showing here today. Ahead of time, I stamped the little floral images, pretty much all done here, but then I wanted to show you that all I did was color, whoops, the flowers. And I used the Flirty Flamingo. I keep bumping that screen. My goodness, sorry about that. Maybe you don't notice, but I'm noticing what I'm bumping. And then I've got the Dark Old Olive. And I am so into using this technique of adding a little blue background to it by just using my blending brush. And I'm going to get my ink here. Using Balmy Blue. Kind of put this off to the side here. And I'm going to pick up a little ink in the corner. Again, I grab, when I'm doing blending or daubing or anything, I grab the ink in the corner because I save the middle of the ink pad for when we use our stamps. There's always a lot of extra ink there on the corner. So I'm just going to give a little blue sky hint to the back on that. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment from the Plain in the Rain stamp set that I just showed you. It's Oh Happy Day. I think I could use the stamp sentiment all the time. See if I can get that lined up at this angle. If not, we're going to go with it. Close enough. And then you can either stamp and color, or if you happen to have some of that, excuse me, Plain in the Rain designer paper left, you know, a great way of doing that. And let's see here. I'm going to use up some of my edges. All of a sudden I have tons of edges. So I'm going to go ahead and get those used up. Put it on the back of our little character. And look how cheerful he is. So cute. And I'm going, when I close this, I want to just put adhesive on, in this case here, the left-hand side. And again, I'm going to use some dimensionals. Let's see. I do not have any full dimensionals handy here. So I'm going to continue to use my edge. I have all of my dimensionals, the normal size, over on my table ready for a little class later on tonight that I'm doing. get that off. And we'll kind of center that onto our card base. And we have that. And then let's see here. I didn't have it ready, but then if you do want to, or you can have this is a 3 3/4 or 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 piece of basic white to put in the middle. And there you have it. That's a really cute way of using our designer paper and our 12 by 12 cardstock that you may have. Then I just embellished it with a little gems. Okay, so that is our first card that we're going to do with just some basic layout here. All right, the second one that I wanted to share is how you can take your pattern paper that's in landscape mode here and use our designer paper as our background. And then this here, it looks like it's a real tricky fold, but it's a cheat. So I'm going to show you that next. All right, so let's go ahead, and we've got our pattern paper here that we already scored. And just like before, we're going to, here's the center panel. We're going to fold it in and then fold it out. And then fold it in and fold it out. Again, that's our basic double gatefold. And again, it was a 5 1/2 by 12 piece of designer paper. All right, so let me bring in the sample again. As you can see, there's a diagonal cut here. And so I'm going to go ahead and get my paper trimmer and a pencil or something to mark with. And just so that we can see it, I've got a ballpoint pen. And I'm going to get my ruler. And what we're going to do is we are going to mark at the 2 3/4 inch place here on our card. And actually, let me get my different ruler. I think the markings are a little easier to see. All right, so we'll line it up and we'll go, and 2 3/4 is halfway down. So mark it at here. Now you would just probably have a pencil mark. You wouldn't have one that was that, that bold, but I want to do it so that make sure we can see it. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Take it at 2 3/4 and mark it. Now we're ready for our paper trimmer. And we're going to angle cut it. So we're going to angle cut it from both of the outside folds. And we're going to cut it at a diagonal to our mark. Okay. So to do that, we just line it up. Again, I want to, here's the score line. I want to line up the score line on the track to our mark, which is here. So let me just kind of pinch this again, just so that we can see it maybe, or I can see it. And you can do this on either side, whichever side is more easier for you to see the score line, because that one's kind of hard to see. And you can always mark it as well. Okay, we'll close that. And I do want to cut it, so the dark one, and go fast. All right, now we're going to hang on to this for just a second. Do the same thing on the other side. There's the score line. And there's the mark. This looks like it's so intimidating, but just embrace your trimmer. Don't be scared of it. And we'll pop that up, and we're going to keep this as well. All right, I'll get this off to the side. All right, now this, once we have it trimmed, it's also a little twofer on it. Okay, so one, you can fold it in like this. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. And this is where you see the reveal. So if you wanted to, you could just go ahead and, you know, put your front greeting on it and open it up like that. And then you have the scene from the paper that way, or the pattern. So we could do it that and have fun and go from there. But to get that kind of diamond look, we're going to take our little scraps here, and I'm going to add adhesive to the back side of it. And this is going to kind of give us a faux diamond look. So we're just going to take that piece that we cut, and we're going to line it up like this. Now I must have missed the mark on that because that is way off, but we'll get what that looks like here anyways. I overshot that one a lot. That's okay. My original one I did right. And we'll show that one. Oh, look how pretty that side lines up. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So what I do is I use liquid glue for sure. That way I can kind of zhuzh it around a little bit to line up the edges before it sets. And then even on the other one, I had just a little overhang on that. Just take your snips and just angle it and trim that right on off. And this one's got a lot of trim, but it's okay. And we're going to trim that off. All right, so see how when the points don't line up. But now when we close it, you have this faux diamond kind of look like this when you measure it both right on the same one. Alrighty, so that is how that looks. And then you can add whatever sentiment that you might want on the inside of it. For this turtle, what I wanted to kind of share with you, I don't know if you can see, I stamped and colored the turtle from the stamp set. If you have any of the paper left, you can also die cut out the turtle. But this one I did stamp and color, and then I ran it through the Hive folder. And I thought I was trying to give a little reminiscent look to a turtle shell. So I hope that kind of translates. All right, so that's like the second way that we can use this. Oh, thanks everybody. I'm seeing the comments there. All right, so that is the fold, but I wanted to give you guys a little tip for those that maybe are not not sure how to utilize those designer papers in our packs. That might be what I call the scrapbook page. That is like the pattern is definitely, you know, one whole scene like this. And I'm totally out of the daisy paper that's in my Rain or Shine designer paper because I did my my Life in Bloom scrapbook class and a scrapbook page class. And so I don't have any of this paper left, but on this one, this is a scene that was in that paper pack. And I just wanted to give you that tip that if you wanted a continuous scene, that's a way of using up these, I'll call them again, scrapbook pages, where as a card maker, you're like, well, if like I have to just use certain parts of it. But if you want, like, here's a cute little scene, we could go ahead and do our scoring just like we did before. And then when you decorate the front and open it up, you have a continuous scene. And so again, like I sometimes struggle to use like how to use those up because they're not an all pattern one like the other ones that we've shown. And so that's a great, I think this is a great idea of using those scrapbook page layout type of pages that we get. And you can make your cards with it. All right, let me bring in the cards again. Super quick class, but I just wanted to kind of share with you this double gatefold because it is kind of a fun layout, and as well as, and you can put belly bands on it to keep them from popping up, but maybe with like Mother's Day and graduations just around the corner, this is a great card to make and gift. And then when they get it, you know, it's just designed to stand up and they can enjoy it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch the screen back around so I can say bye to you. I've got this bumped all over the place. Well, thanks for letting me pop on here, not last Wednesday, but today, and do our class. And I hope maybe I either reminded you about double gatefolds or given you even new ideas and techniques to use with them. Have a great day, everybody. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.